Hello. So, it is time for UBL Season 11 Semi-Finals. That's right, we actually got to skip quarterfinals. So, 2 seasons in a row, we made it into the top 2. This time just barely, by 1 differential point. Rat actually had the opportunity, but I would say fumbled the bag? I don't really know. I don't remember what happened. But they lost. When I thought they would win. So I thought I wasn't going to get a bye round and have to play quarters. But no. So we skipped straight to semi-finals, which is great. After all, I have a quarterfinals curse. However, this came with a caveat, if you're looking at the screen. So, I would like to announce, for the 4th season in a row, our round 1 playoffs opponent is Jig. This is not a joke. This was not rigged. Because if it was rigged, we wouldn't be playing again. Oh, it's actually unreal that we're playing a 4th season in a row in playoffs for our first round. Now, granted, it's not their first round of playoffs. Like last season, they had to play the quarterfinals and ended up winning. So, they had to work their way to me. But now we've got to play again. Now, last season we did win. We didn't win Season 8 or Season 9, but we did win Season 10. And let's just hope we can win this one as well. But their team's very scary. They've got Iron Hands, Milotic, Illumise, Cleavor, Arbolivia, Delphox, Ursaring, Meowscarada, Salamence, Hatchram, and Galarian Slowbro. So there's a lot of threats. Iron Hands, I mean, there's no reason not to bring in Iron Hands in draft if you've drafted it. It's just good. Just being super bulky, does great damage, just is a sponge. It just does so well. It's like the definition of a tank. Like, it just takes hits, deals them back, gets so much HP from Drain Punch recovery. AV, like, fully Spadef stats, or just, like, maybe even going fast. Fake out pressure, SD sets, great coverage. Milotic can be quite an issue, something I've had to cover for in prep, because Milotic can be very annoying if left to its own devices. Cleavor can do a lot of damage with the sharpness, and if I don't have the right Pokemon to deal with it, I can be in quite a lot of trouble. Olivia, I don't think it's that great. It could come. There's a theoretical chance it could come, but I doubt it. Delphox is relatively fast and outspeeds a good chunk of my team, and could do really good damage. Ursaring could come. There's worlds in which it does. Meowscarada is very annoying. It's super fast and outspeeds almost everything. And will just do a ton of damage regardless of how they bring it. Mence is super versatile and can be quite problematic into certain leads that I have. But also can just deal a lot of pressure with, like, either just like a special set with like Draco, or like a DD set. It could be super scary. Hatchram, I don't see a reason for them to bring. And Slowbro Gala is somewhat annoying because there's potential quick draw, quick claw stuff. I think if they bring it, it's the more likely, if that's where they go for TR. I don't think they bring Hatchram for TR. I think that's where, like, Arbolivia, Ursaring could come as, like, slower Pokemon. But obviously Iron Hands is just good in Trick Room anyway, so who knows. But you might have noticed I left one Pokemon out of the equation. And that is Illumise. Illumise is a very annoying Pokemon to deal with. We faced Kathy earlier this season with Volbeat, and it really put a number on us. The fact that it can basically turn a game into a 2v1 by just going for Infestation plus Encore is really scary. On top of that, Tailwind support, potential Helping Hands. It's a very, very scary Pokemon. Very, very unassuming, but you go against it once, and it can ruin you. So, it's really scary. Like, and against a team like Jigs, which has, like, enough bulk to kind of take advantage of, like, a 2v1, it's really scary. So, we are playing to make sure that this thing does not cause any issues. So, let's hope for that, and we'll see what happens. From there, it's just try and win. Like, there's no, like, okay, yeah, we're gonna try and finagle our way into this. No, it's just literally just try and win. It's kill Illumise and try and win. And, well, there's one Pokemon on our team that's really good at killing Illumise, and that is our Ogerpon. Max speed, max attack. I might even drop a bit of speed for some bulk, because I don't need all the bulk. I'll see when we get to how much speed I can drop, because I need to make sure I don't speed tie with one of my other Pokemon. But yeah, Ogerpon's great at killing it. Horn Leech, Ivy Cudgel, Spiky Shield, and U-Turn. Like I say, I'll probably drop a little bit of speed, because I don't need max speed here. But we do have Jolly max attack. And yeah, like, Ivy Cudgel, because of, like, we get the Cornerstone Mask boost, has a 75% chance to OHKO even max HP, max defense Illumise, which is really, really nice. So we're really good at trying to kill that thing. Horn Leech is mostly good for Milotic. I was going to run Power Whip, and then I thought about it, and I was like, why on earth would I run Power Whip with my, like, considering our last encounters? No way am I risking that, so I changed it to Horn Leech. Still decent damage. Mostly going to be clicking Ivy Cudgel, because it's good into most of their team, to be honest. Spiky Shield, because, you know, Protect is a good move, and it's even better when they go for Fake Out into it and take Chip. And then U-Turn for momentum. There's a lot of, like, if they don't lead what I'm expecting, or if I need to save Cornerstone for the end game, I can U-Turn out. It's still relatively fast, and you can get out of there and be saved for later. So, yeah, that's the plan with Cornerstone, and just try and kill Illumise, or just break as much as possible. If they don't bring Illumise, it's going to be very strange, for sure. I'll be very happy about it, because it means I can maybe diversify my leads. But for the most part, I can't see a lead in which I'm not leading Ogerpon Cornerstone here. I think it's just so good into what they have. Especially because it outspeeds things like Delphox, and could just nuke them. Outspeed Salamence, and if it's not Intimidate, then it will nuke it. So, yeah. But Intimidate is one of the things that can ruin us. Can make that almost guaranteed OHKO not guaranteed. So, that is why we are pairing it with Hariyama with a Clear Amulet. Make sure that our lead isn't just balked by Intimidate. We've got Fake Out, Drain Punch, Headlong Rush, and Ice Punch. So, yeah, this means we can go for Fake Out Ivy Cudgel into the Illumise and try and take it out immediately. Try and put us ahead super, super early, and see what happens from there. We've got Drain Punch for just generally good move to click. Things like Milotic will just take a ton of damage, will take decent chunks. The two normal types they have will take decent chunks. Meowscarada, if it doesn't turn into like a type that resists Drain Punch, for example, will all take decent damage. The main move I actually want to be clicking here is Headlong Rush. With the attack investment that we have, we 2-hit KO are max HP Iron Hands, which I don't know if they're going to be, but I thought I'd cover for it anyway. I think it's most likely they go for like a max HP, max speed variant. But even if they run a bit of defense, we can cover for that. So yeah, we can use one of Hariyama's defining differences over its big brother Iron Hands against it, which is really, really nice. It's a 2-hit KO, so yeah, we can take it out that way. And we're running speed on it as well to hopefully see if we can outspeed it, because Iron Hands and Hariyama have the same speed. Ice Punch is the final move. It's for Salamence. I don't think well, because we got the clear amulet, we can't be intimidated, so we can take it out guaranteed, which is really nice. Unless of course they Terra. We've got Terra Steel to resist the flying and the psychic moves that want to come our way. So yeah, we've got some nice defensive investments here, which the defense investment will let us live a non-boosted dual wing beat from Salamence, and the special defense will let us live a non-boosted psychic from Delphox. So we can take a hit and not have to burn our Terra on this. The rest of the EVs went into speed. The reason for this is because I think this is a very arbitrary amount of speed, because it's a dumped speed. Normally you don't dump speed, you just dump it in like attack or bulk or whatever. No, we've dumped it in speed, because I think if they run, there's 4 speed tiers they run. They run the 4 speed that maybe they have left over, and not try and bother with the Hariyama speed tie. Or they go for Adamant max speed to try and catch me, to try and be faster. They go Jolly with enough speed to outspeed Adamant max speed, trying to catch me going for Adamant max speed, or they just run Jolly max. They could run just like a little bit, maybe like 20 or something, but we'll outspeed the slow Iron Hands for sure. But if they're running a lot of speed, like if they're outspeeding us and they're fake outing first, that means they've got investment lost elsewhere, and that's really good to know, because if they Iron Hands is like Iron Hands and Hariyama are similar, where the investment really changes how you play with and against the Pokemon. So if I notice that they're faster, then they won't have as much offense or as much bulk. So it's really good to know. Also something to know, we are Guts. It's rare that I bring Guts, but here there's a couple things. One, the last match that Jig played, I saw them bring Will-O-Wisp Delphox. So I just thought, may as well make sure that I've got it, because if they want to predict me going for a Terror or something, it's probably best that I have it. But also Milotic. Milotic Skull Burns, that can ruin us. I don't want to be ruined by that. Obviously, I would take less damage from Fire moves, which would be nice, but also they can just Psychic us. So Fire moves aren't really that likely, and then Ice moves would be just the Milotic, but I'm more scared of Scald anyway, so yeah. Lot to go over with Hariyama, because a few of these Pokemon do have, decently complex EV spreads. I'd say that. One other does. But yeah, Hariyama's pretty key here. We're always leading this. If we see Illumise, we cannot lead anything else, because otherwise Illumise will get out of control. So we've got to make sure we've got this. Then it's just 2 other Pokemon in the back. It can be pretty much anything. We'll start with one that I thought would actually be decent, but I've done some testing with Kathy. Shout out to them. Hopefully they're playing the match today I record this. Their match, semi-finals match today I record this, so hopefully they win. See how poorly that ages. But yeah, a Pokemon I thought would be good, but I'm still going to bring it regardless, even though it wasn't great in testing, is Bronzong. We've got Heat Proof, Leftovers, Terra Fighting with Iron Defense, Body Press, Trick Room, and Protect. If they want to play more of a fast game, we can play Trick Room. This has a good chance of just coming game 1, just to see if they want to try and play more for Trick Room, and then I can bring this. And they don't have a lot of great ways to break it, especially if I get an Iron Defense off. The Heat Proof will help us take on the fire moves that come from Delphox and Slowbro as well. There's a few Pokemon that Bronzong can't really take on super well because they've got like multiple Psychic types. Like, it's a bit awkward, but at the same time, like, it can set up and just win, like, late games. You can do the classic, I'm going to kill all the special attackers and then try and use Bronzong to win. But it's a bit iffy. It kind of forces prep on their part and makes them bring special attackers. So, but I think it's a good option. We've got enough defense that lets us live knockoff into Flower Trick from Meowscarada, which is nice. And then just the rest in special defense, or special defense lets us live to Fire Blasts from Delphox, which is great. So yeah. And then the Terra Fighting to resist the knockoffs are coming our way, as well as being able to do more damage with Body Press. So not sure how much this is going to come. This was a Pokemon that originally was like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to be bringing this, and now I'll see, because now I'm not so sure. But I still think it's pretty solid, and will force them to bring things that maybe they wouldn't otherwise. While I would go in alphabetical order from here on out, I want to save the Pokemon next to it to the end, because it's probably the most interesting. Next up, we've got Iron Treads, and this is where we get to see the speed that I want to run. So we'll go to 173 here, put a 4 there, and then there we go. So, Iron Treads, we are not running the booster energy alongside it, which is why it actually matters that I don't speed tie with it, because this outspeeds Delphox by 1. We can't get, what's it called? Can't get Meowscarada with either Ogerpon or Treads, but we can outspeed Delphox, and we can OHKO it with high horsepower alongside having Iron Head, Ice Spinner, and Protect, with Terra Ground and a Chopper Berry instead of its usual booster energy. Iron Hands is a terrifyingly strong Pokemon, and letting it just run free is not a position I want to be in. So I want to make sure I've got answers to it. That's why I've got the Chopper Berry. Means we will not die even to an Adamant Max Attack close combat. Though I would more likely expect Drain Punch. And we can also Terra Ground out of that weakness to fighting and do immense damage with High Horsepower. High Horsepower will be a 2-hit KO. Just want as much damage as possible, because if they do go for Drain Punch and gain some HP back, I want the best shot of trying to take it out afterwards. Iron Head, generally good move to click, notably for Cleavor. This Cleavor, I don't have as many great ways to hit, and if it does come, it might be a bit of an issue, but that's what one great thing about Treads. It's because we've got the Chopper Berry, we can resist. We have a way to resist close combat that it can go for, and smack it with Iron Head, and then also we resist its Dual Stab, which is great. Ice Spinner is for Ments, and I guess Meowscarada in some weird circumstances, but mostly for Ments, just to make sure it can't get out of hand. We outspeed it before it like Dragon Dances, so and we should take it out unless it intimidates us. So yeah, but I think Treads is a very likely Pokemon to come, just to make sure that hands isn't an issue. Speaking of Intimidate, though, one of the reasons why I don't know if it's going to come is because of Kilowattrel. Granted, we're not running competitive, but I don't know if they're going to want to give me the boost. Here we're running Volt Absorb, Classic Focus Sash with Terra Electric. Both Treads and Kilowattrel are just going for nice offensive Terras because they're fast and offensive Pokemon. With enough speed for Meowscarada, and then just Thunderbolt, Air Slash, Tailwind, and Protect. This is mostly here for Tailwind, because if we set up a Tailwind, if they set up a Tailwind with Illumise, and then we set up a Tailwind afterwards with Killer, then we're looking really good, because then we'll get extra turns of Tailwind over them, and try and stall out their few turns of Tailwind that they have, which should be great. This also threatens my Lotic, something that I really want to do, because coil sets in an endgame could be really tough. This is the first special attacker we've seen, and a coil Milotic could be really scary. So I want ways to threaten it and make sure that it's not an issue. Otherwise, it's not that great offensively. It's mostly for the Tailwind support and threatening Milotic. But, like, it being faster than Meowscarada is great, and it can do decent chip to a number of things. So it's not useless, but it's probably one of the lesser likely Pokemon to come alongside Bronzong, but it also depends on that team comp. If I think that it's necessary, then that could be nice. It also, while it doesn't take zero, is nice into Iron Hands because of the combination, because of Volt Absorb with a flying typing. So like its dual stab doesn't really do that much. Like Drain Punch will still do a decent bit, but like it's not an amazing amount. So yeah. So also I've just remembered with Ogerpon, the reason why I wanted to just do this, normally I'm like, I don't care, I'm just gonna make them run outspeed Jolly Max, you know, and if they don't respect it, then whatever. There is a situation where it kind of comes up to have a little bit of bulk if possible, and that is a fake out from Iron Hands into Dual Wing Beat from Salamence. That did come up in testing, so I want to make sure that I can take that a bit better, because Dual Wing Beat does like 90%, so I want to make sure I can try and take that a little bit better if we do get chipped. So and I think Infestation from Illumise does like 8%, so you know, we could see that little bit of bulk matter. The last Pokemon here is going to be probably the most interesting one, and one I'm hoping to catch them off guard a little bit with here, and that is Gardevoir. You could tell it's an EV spread by me when there's EVs in 5 stats, and a lot of it looks really random, but hear me out. We've got a Citrus Berry on the Gardevoir with Trace, which I'm honestly tempted to change, because there was a situation that came up in mocks where I copied Protean from Meowscarada and it kind of messed up a few things. But the advantage is if they run Intimidate, then I get to steal their Intimidate. And there's also like a couple other abilities which would be nice. Maybe I steal Quick Draw, maybe I steal Marvel Scale, maybe I steal Prankster. Like, there's a lot of good abilities for me to try and grab. Even Magician, if I get that, would be nice from Delphox, because we're running a Citrus Berry, so our item will be lost at some point, most likely. But we're not a Scarf Gardevoir, and we're bulky, but not in the same way as that I've run bulky in the past. We are Side Shock, Moonblast, Calm Mind, and Protect. So we've got enough HP and defense that we almost guaranteed live, like 1 in 16 sort of deal, a X-Scissor from Cleavor. That's how much defense we're going for. We'll live an Iron Hands Wild Charge, which is great, so that's also grand. And we've got the Calm Mind. The reason for this initially actually was the fact that I wanted something a bit slower, and you might look at the speed that we're running and be like, this isn't exactly slow. Well, compared to some of their other Pokemon, if they want to be running like a fast mode, like if they want to be running like Delphox, Meowscarada, Salamence, or like a Scarf Cleavor or something like that, and just go full on Tailwind offense, I have the option to sell Trick Room. But the only other Pokemon I've got that's good into that in Trick Room is Hariyama. So I needed something else that was good in Trick Room, and while spamming fairy moves is great, I needed something a bit slower, and this will underspeed a good amount of things. We're outspeeding max speed Ursaring, which sounds ridiculous, but if there's a possibility to run max speed Guts Ursaring, or they run like a Quick Feet variant, we can outspeed that in Tailwind. So I just want to make sure I've got some speed. Also, outspeed is like no speed Milotic, because Milotic's 1 point speed faster. Maybe if they're running a bulky Cleavor, then we can outspeed that. I think this might even get no speed Ments. So yeah. We'll see, though. Then the little bit of special attack, which is modest 84. Because I wanted to make sure everything was optimized with this God of War, because it looks super good into their team. Looks so good. Actually means that Moonblast, first of all, which was the first calc I was going for, guarantee Oko's Ments, unless they Terra or they're like AV or something. But then after that, I even went further, and a +1 Moonblast, Oko's max special defense Iron Hands. If they're AV, it's like a 50-50, and if they're max special defense AV, then +2 will get it. That's how good God of War is. And if you look at their team, the Fairy Resist, they've got Delphox, which granted, God of War itself can't really touch, but will be calm mining up and being able to make sure it's not an issue, and not doing that much damage to us. And then Slowbro. That's it. And that's not the only stab way of hitting it super effectively. The only other real ways are random steal moves from things like Iron Head, what's it called? Salamence, which I don't expect at all. And then Heavy Slam, Iron Hands, which I also don't really expect. Because if you notice, there's one Pokemon not bringing, which I think will influence their team building a lot, and that is Volcarona. I think they've got to prep decently well for it, and I think that's why both Illumise and Milotic are almost guaranteed to come, especially Illumise. I think Milotic's pretty guaranteed. I think Iron Hands is almost guaranteed. I don't see a reason for them not to bring these top 3, and then it's 3 others. Maybe they have some more slower stuff with like Slowbro and some slower Pokemon, maybe Arbolivier in Earthstream, but I think it's more likely to be just like a slower Cleavor. Or they have like faster stuff with the Ments and the Meowscarada and a Delphox. I think there's a lot of options for them to bring here. I just don't see a point in them bringing Hatterene. I also don't see a point bringing Ursaring or especially Arbolivier. I don't see a point in bringing Hatterene or Arbolivier. Ursaring I can see an argument for like Trick Room stuff. But yeah, like I think that Guardy can really do well here, and preserving it properly will win us games. We've got a defensive Terra Steel for the Steel and Poison type moves that want to come our way, but its typing in general is already pretty good. So yeah, we've got 2 defensive Terra Steels, and then the others are kind of all offensive Terras, weirdly enough. So yeah, this is going to be the team we go in with. We're playing on New Year's Day. I might sound a bit groggy for it, because I will most likely be hungover, because I'm going out New Year's Eve. So, let's hope we can start off the new year with a bang. And win. Because I want to get to finals. I want to see if we can get a 2-peat. A 2-peat would be insane. I've really liked using this team, and I want to take it further. So, but Jig is one opponent that has stood in our way before, and I don't expect them to make it easy. So, wish us luck, and I'll see you guys for the match. Oh my god, this was almost a half-an-hour team builder. I do apologize. Oh my god. Alright, see you guys soon. Alright, let's do this. Oh boy. Let's not lose this. Dude. They've been having some issues recently. They brought... They brought Arbolivier? But there's no Trick Room. Does Arbolivier get Trick Room? It's because there's a bear there. It doesn't. Okay. So they've got Arbolivier. They've got no TR setter, right? No Delphox, no Meow as well. That's crazy. But they've got a lot of slow stuff, so I don't really want to be going with Bronzong. Regardless, there's a Illumise there, so I have a lead planned for you. Bronzong actually still looks really good. And then one of the two Pokemon that's kind of an extra Iron Hands killer. Is it Don? No, we're gonna... they're both kind of set up reluctantly. Let me go with the Don. Okay. Now, I hate this lead. I tested this lead, and I hated it. Because I don't know who's faster. In terms of Iron Hands. Versus Hariyama. Regardless, I think I'm just going to try and kill this thing. I am faster, they try and go for something, and we get to take them out. That's a huge start for us. That's no Illumise. Just gone. Oh my god, is that Freddy Fazbear? Okay, so I can't really go... If it's got Fake Out, it's probably not an SD set, it's probably AV. Probably just want to go for a Cudgel into that. I could double it. Wouldn't mind doubling it. Ooh-hoo-hoo. And we do get the crit, but I did double that slot, so the crit probably didn't matter. That did, though. That certainly did. Then Arbolivia. They can't reset Fake Out here either, so I can just U-turn. And then Drain Punch. Oh, well, I found out their item. I can go for a TR, not Heat TR. I can go for an Iron Defense. And then Ice Spinner. Do have the Chople. I can go for high horsepower. In which I miss. Oh my god, thank god I'm heat-proof. They don't have Fake Out then. They do not have Fake Out. We do get burned, but I think this should still be enough. Come on, just give me a decent... I think I can still get this. Oh, ho, ho, okay. We got game one. I don't think the Rock Slide mattered that much, but... Especially because I ended up dying anyway. +4. That's got HP. Yeah, that seems more HP invested. Well, it seems like it's Sash and not Thingy, so I feel pretty good going for my lead again. And with so many physical attackers, I've got to go Bronzong, and then I could switch up to 9-Volt here, but they've shown Rock Slide. I've shown Ice Spinner on this as well, and I'm faster than Mence, so I feel good just going for this anyway. Leave all Mence. And clear Amulet for a reason. I want to neutralize something now. I think if I'm gonna try, because okay, so my Hariyama should be able to take a Mence hit. I've got Zong in the back. Zong can deal with that. How much will this do to a Salamence? Just 1250. I'm at -1. There's a chance I get it anyway. So I'm just gonna go for Cudgel into Cleavor and Fake Out here. Okay. It's annoying, but it's not the worst. Let's go for Spiky Shield. We didn't see a move from it. It's not Scarfed, it wasn't faster than Ogerpon. Let's get into Bronzong. I think they're going to target Bronzong as soon as they see it as well. Nice extra bit of chip. Can't complain about. Not Life Orb either. So what I kind of want to do is protect and U-turn. Get myself into Hariyama. Yeah, they want this thing dead because they know it's an issue. So I feel good for going for Fake Out into Mence. And then setting Trick Room. Got some faster Pokemon in the back, but I think Trick Room's the play. I don't know. No, I don't think Trick Room's the play. Not with these two in the back. If one of these two goes down, it's kind of awkward. How likely is one of these two to go down? I mean, Hariyama, actually. Hariyama could easily go down. Yeah, it's not worth. We still go for Fake Out into Mence, and I think I just go for an Iron Defense and start setting this thing up. Okay, they made the good call there. Take the Rocky Helmet chip. Just, I say, no burns. Now I wish I went for Trick Room. Then Bronzong would be faster. They've Terra Fairy'd already. I think Hariyama might be able to get it. Yeah, I'm just gonna protect here. It's a ton of chip. Yeah, just try and go for special attacks into this. Well, I'm gonna get off one last headlong rush before I go down, and I guess I'll set up another iron defense. Some good damage. And lefties, like, I'm back at full, basically. Yeah. And I can go for high horsepower here. And I don't think it's a guaranteed KO against max HP at this point. But that's max defense. It's 4 defense. 52 to 62. Never killing. Never a guaranteed kill anyway. So I think I protect and go for a body press into the hands to try and make sure it dies. Yeah, because now that will die to high horsepower. Ment probably can't do enough here, so I'm just going to go for the third and final line defense. We do hit the high horsepower, which is really, really nice. Level comes out. I have a feeling it's scarfed, but I mean, what am I going to do about it, right? There's no way I'm terroring Thingy at this point. Could just terror ground. I mean, I don't need to, right? I think Mence hasn't shown it's a threat. We just go for this. And honestly, I think I set Trick Room. I don't see a reason not to. I think Bronzong could just win this. No, because I want to make sure I can still kill the Mence, to be honest. It's a good amount of damage. Ooh, it's not scarfed. Well, I now have a lose condition. Thank God it's not scarfed. Otherwise I would be buggered. It gets high crit rate, but my god. It's Sash. Good to know. Oakapon lives, though. Oakapon's a beast. And I think despite the crit, we are going to be able to get this game and win the match. I was very worried for this one. GG's, Jig. They've had some life stuff going on, and I respect that they were still able to play this match. We did it. We're in the finals. We're playing the Lord Nobody. The second season in a row. (2-0). We're going to finals, baby. See you guys then. Peace.